Hello and welcome. I am Maestra Teacher and this is my 5th grade Oasis channel. I've been a teacher for more than 20 years and I've taught gen ed and bilingual classes as well. If you are a new teacher or new to 5th grade, know that you will have to teach main idea or central idea and supporting details this school year. This is one of the most challenging skills to teach and for students to understand because it is so abstract to them. Main idea and supporting details is also a skill that you will have to revisit several times throughout the year. Be more likely successful at it if you teach it in small groups, because that way you can see one-on-one really if the student is getting it or not. I use the I do, we do, you do teaching model, and you will see it in my presentation. Okay, let's dive right into it. As I was explaining, this is one of the most challenging skills to teach. I have different presentations that I use on a daily basis with my students, and this is just an example, one of the kind that I create when I'm teaching main idea. My advice is that you start very simple. Let's begin with, I use a lot of emojis. The students really like them. So I have a presentation for every week. So I divide the presentation by day. And in the case of teaching the main idea, then this is what I would do on a Monday. The first thing that I will start teaching them, or the first thing we always discuss, is what is the objective of our class. We have the objective that is stated by our district, that we always have to show the students what is our goal, what is going to be the success criteria, what is it that they can actually do to demonstrate also that they've learned how to find the main idea and details of a text. I kind of water it down to the students because sometimes it's difficult for them to understand. So I water down the objective in a way that they can understand what they're actually doing for the day. So in this case, I wrote here that today I'm learning to find a central idea and supporting details of a nonfiction text. So I always write my objectives on the board in a way that the students read it and they understand it themselves. So I write it from their perspective, what I'm doing as a student. What I'm doing today, I'm finding the main idea and details. That's basically it. When you start teaching, remember that I do, we do, you do model. The first part of your class is the direct teaching. You're going to use the first 15-20 minutes of your class to teach directly what the concept is. And if you're starting with central idea or main idea, then you would begin by displaying some sort of anchor chart and explaining to the students what is this. What is the central idea? Is basically what a passage is mostly about. And it sounds quite simple, but it's quite abstract to the student. You should create any kind of anchor chart that you want. Graphic organizers are excellent for teaching main idea so they can see. You can use this one that has the students. What will happen if a table is missing one part? The table will fall. So we have to make sure that we get the main idea correctly and the details correctly for the table to stand. You can also use a pizza. Some teachers use the pizza model where the main idea is basically the pizza itself and then the details, it's the different toppings. Or you can use the ice cream cone one. Students about how we're going to find this main idea in passages because they need to learn that every passage has a topic, and we have to figure out first what is the topic, who are the topic, who is the person, the place, the thing that they're writing about. So you teach them first about a topic, and then how they're going to find what is mostly said about that topic, what is the most important thing about that topic. You can also, at this moment in your lesson, after you explain what is the central idea, you can go ahead and present to the students a video. There's plenty of videos in YouTube related to the main idea.
Main idea.
After you're done explaining and teaching what is the central idea, what is the and showing the videos, then the next part of your lesson is the we do, when we start doing it together. And my advice is you start very, very simple. Even if it's at 5th grade or 4th grade level, you start first with a picture. Let's try, you show a picture to the students. Okay, what do you think is this picture about? What is the topic? Birthday party, a girl birthday party. Yes. So now we begin to see the topic here has to do with a birthday party. This girl has a birthday party, and what is happening? And they can tell you different things, that they're singing happy birthday, that she's blowing a candle, that she's happy. So you with them start looking at the picture and trying to come out with the main idea for just a picture. And then you do it again. You put a different picture. Oh, what is happening here? Another one I use. What is happening here? What is the main topic? Oh, they're in the movie theater. What kind of movie they're watching? Probably a scary one. Okay, so the people at the movie theater are watching a scary movie. How do we know? What are the details that support this? You try it first with pictures. From the most simple, which is a picture, then you jump to a small little paragraph. What is the main idea? Let's see how we can find it now in a paragraph. And you read this paragraph aloud. There are many fun things to do at the beach and so on. So you read it with them and you can start showing them what you taught them before, which is to look at the headings and repeated words and so on. The topic here is, of course, the beach. What is the most important thing, or what is this mostly about in case of the beach? Oh, that there's many fun things that you can do. Good job. And then they can tell you what are 3 supporting details. Whereas swimming, you can swim at the beach, you can snorkel, you can play volleyball, and so on. And you do it another time. The second time after you practice with smaller paragraph, you increase the paragraph size, and then you can do it here now with a graphic organizer so they can visually see how they will organize their ideas. You can do the second one, ice cream sundaes are delicious, and so on. So what is the topic? Ice cream sundaes. What is mostly said about these ice cream sundaes? That they are what? You take it to the simple, which is the picture, to one paragraph, to a bigger paragraph, and then you let them work in partnerships or in teams, and then you walk around to see if they're doing it right. So you can put different examples. So the point of the we do is that first they do it with you as a teacher, and then you let them go and let them work together, and you as a teacher walk around and check if they're doing the right thing. At the end, the you do part of your class at the end is when they are going to try it on their own. As you can see, I gave them just a 2-paragraph one because it's maybe the first time they're doing this on their own. So on their own, the same thing, you give them the graphic organizer where they identify the topic. Then they're going to write the main idea here and 3 supporting details about it. So then the next day, on Tuesday, again, you review again, what are you doing? Every day you're supposed to review what you did the class before. So every day I go back and say, well, this is what we did yesterday. Remember, what is our skill of the week? We're learning to find a central idea. You present the anchor chart again. And now, after you're done reviewing what you did the class before, then you go ahead and bring it to the actual text that you're going to be dedicating the rest of the week. In this case, my text was the one of potatoes on rooftops. So background knowledge, we talk about if you can have gardens in cities, anything related to the story. You do your build background on Tuesday, and on Tuesday you also do your vocabulary practice for the story. So the first part of Tuesday or the next day should be build background, introduce vocabulary, and then you are going to then read and tell the students that as we read, we are going to find the main idea and supporting details. Now, some of these readings are very long, so it might take you 1 or 2 days to read it. You can have the students do the main idea by page, different subheadings, so different parts you can chunk it, or you can do it as a whole text at the end. Then the next day, you can finish reading. Again, you review what you did the day before. You review that we're doing the central idea. You review what was the important vocabulary. You review where we stopped reading yesterday, and then you can finish the story and finish with your main idea. And after you're done with the story, then you will go ahead and give the quiz of the story. In this case, I would use the quiz of the basil. So that will be my class of that day. Then by Thursday, once again, you review the day before, but this time, now you're going to expose the student to see how main idea and supporting details is actually tested in the state test. You already taught them from the basic, which is just a photograph, to 1 paragraph, to a text in a textbook. Now we're going to see how this is going to be tested when you get the state test. You expose the student right away on how it looks like. So you can do this together first. They can do it in pairs. They can do it on their own. You decide how to do it, but you have to, every week or every time you give a new standard or skill, at the end of that week, you have to expose the student on how it's going to look like in the actual test. And then on Friday, there's different choices. You can either continue practicing whatever you have behind. You can practice another state test practice, or maybe another passage. Maybe you can do writing, and you can have students write about a specific topic and identify each other's main idea and supporting detail. Or you can also work in small groups with the students. That will be a good time on Friday to really bring in small groups. Maybe redo it again with those students who are still struggling. Well, there you have it. That was my simple way of teaching and introducing the main idea, supporting details, skill to the students. I hope that it was helpful to you, and please share with me down in the comments below, how do you teach main idea and supporting details in your classroom? Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you in the next one. See you soon.